What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Matt and Knight Show. And today we have another classic for you. Breaking news happened overnight. We had protests, ICE literally causing havoc in every American city. And it's just getting out of control. And guess what? A big portion of our population are okay with this. They're okay with the cruelty. They like the cruelty. And cruelty is the point. Don't get that twisted. Cruelty is the point. And I think Governor Pritzker of Illinois had a really good response to all of this stuff, because we just had literally Renee, I think her name was Renee Nicole Good, who was literally unalived, right? Unalived by ICE. And listen to his response to what he had to say. Play the clip.
Illinois has gone through this with ICE and CBP before. We've seen this playbook before. Silverio Gonzalez, a father and community member, was shot and killed by ICE in Franklin Park last September. And just as in Illinois, the Department of Homeland Security immediately launched a campaign of lies and propaganda in Minnesota to justify their actions. They didn't conduct an investigation, and they're not going to. They didn't express any remorse or sympathy for the mother that they killed. They ran straight to Fox News and they started lying. Kristi Noem and Donald Trump have told Americans to disbelieve clear, indisputable video evidence. They want you to question what your eyes and ears are telling you, and instead blindly believe anything that they say. I encourage you all to go watch the video for yourselves. I've watched an analysis of it frame by frame. It is harrowing. It is unimaginable to think that this can happen in our country, or that when it does happen, the government immediately tries to cover it up. It should anger you. It angers me.
Yeah, we all should be angered about that. But unfortunately, again, you have a large sector, tens of millions of people who are actually okay with this, actually justifying it, saying that, you know what, she should have just been obeying the law. Crazy. You literally can see things happen in 4K. This is how crazy the world we live in today, okay? Literally, you can see things in 4K. Video is out there. And you still can say, nah, I don't believe it. Nope. And that's the funny part about it. That's the world we live in, unfortunately. And the interesting thing about it is that these ICE raids are not just happening in isolated places. These folks are actually going to Target, right? You know, no pun intended. They actually raided a person and kidnapped a person at Target. Play the clip.
Fuck you! Fuck you!
You guys are all on video.
No, listen. No, take my phone. Hey, they got my phone.
Where is the paperwork for that?
Where's the...
They do it on Target. They do it on Target.
Hey, go.
Stand up.
Hey, go work it.
Anybody else going to ask where the fuck the wars are? You guys don't have the right to...
What's your name? What's your name?
Jonathan Aguilar Garcia. I'm literally a U.S. citizen. I'm literally a U.S. citizen.
Get the fuck out of here, Ace.
Why are you kidnapping our citizens? Why are you? Why?
Where's your phone number?
Oh my God. At least let him give us information about his family. At least his family. What do you want to do?
Oh, you're crazy.
What's your name? What's your name?
Christian.
What's your name?
Christian.
Where the fuck is the paperwork? How is this okay? No, shit, the fucking question. Why are you...
I'm literally a U.S. citizen. That's what he said. And it's like, who cares about that? You know, nobody cares about that. Now, again, it's so laughable. It's really laughable, because if it happened to you, if it happened to somebody that you loved and cared for, and you'd be all up in arms, right? I know I would. And unfortunately, it's way too many people in this country that's hella comfortable with this stuff. Like literally, ICE, this guy said, hey, I'm a US citizen. We don't care. We don't care. But you do have a remnant of people. You do have a group of people. You got pushback here. Ain't nobody just sitting here and taking this on the chin. You have people and politicians and government in certain parts of our government that are pushing back. And I want to show you this clip from in Pennsylvania. The DA, the district attorney in Pennsylvania, actually has a message for ICE. Play the clip.
Let me be clear. If any law enforcement agent, any ICE agent is going to come to Philly to commit crimes, then you can get the F out of here. Because if you do that here, I will charge you with those crimes. You will be arrested. You will stand trial. You will be convicted, whether it's in state or federal court. It's my office prosecuting it. That's how the law works. And you will do your time because Donald Trump cannot pardon you for a state court conviction. Do you hear me, ICE agents? Do you hear me, National Guard? Do you hear me, military? You're going to jail if you commit crimes in the city of Philadelphia. You will be accountable. The law applies to all of you. And I know that there are honest, decent, moral law enforcement officers out there by the bushel, including in ICE. This is not for you. This is for any one of your colleagues who thinks they are above the law.
You know what? That was really refreshing to hear. We need more politicians. We need more leaders to stand up for what they believe in, have some conviction and have some courage, not just go along to get along, but actually believe and stand for something that you believe in. And you will be held accountable. You come there, you say, hey, F around and find out. You come here, you're going to find out the hard way. So I love that. And by the way, moving on, we'll talk a little bit about the MAGA policy. And some of you guys may not be old enough to remember this, but some of you are, you may be old enough to remember the MAGA policy on this whole car situation. So play the clip.
Mob comes and surrounds your vehicle and threatens you, you have a right to flee for your safety. And so if you drive off and you hit one of these people, that's their fault for impinging on you. You don't have to sit there and just be a sitting duck and let the mob grab you out of your car and drag you through the streets. You have a right to defend yourself in Florida.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
Yeah, so that's what you get with MAGA. They say one thing and then they do another. They apply a rule to you, but not to themselves. And this is the hypocrisy that's going on right now in politics, where it's a double standard. For you, yes, that's an issue for you, but we can do it ourselves. And this is the funny part about it. And this is why people just don't like politics. It's such a messy place. And like I said, the people ain't buying it, okay? The people are not buying it. People from all over this country are rising up and they're saying enough is enough. Enough is enough. And this is what happened in Minneapolis after the ICE shooting. Massive crowds gathered to remember victim and protest ICE. So you have J.D. Vance, you have the president of the United States, and you have a lot of right-wingers over there saying that, oh, this is justified. And there's immediately saying that this was domestic terrorism. Domestic terrorism. Like, again, they just going to say whatever they want to say, but the people ain't buying it. People are stepping up. And I want to show you this clip here of one veteran who had some very powerful words, and play the clip.
Want to have to be here today, but after what happened yesterday, you had to be here today. Why do you have to be here today?
Number one, my oath impels me to be here. I took an oath in 1969 to defend this country against all enemies, foreign and domestic. I had to be here to make sure that no one else was killed the way Nicole Good was killed yesterday. I couldn't sit at home and just watch this. Minneapolis is a peaceful place, but ICE has descended upon this place like a storm. And they've ruined businesses that have been here for decades. They've cost children the lives of their mothers. I couldn't sit at home anymore. I wasn't going to be here. I was driving past here, and my car said, yeah, you're going. So I just had to face the enemy eye to eye and say what I had to say.
Well said. Well said. And this is what we need more leaders, people in the community, to stand up for what is right, to stand up for what you believe. If you have strong conviction, say something, do something. Don't just sit there on the sidelines and watch and say, well, this don't impact me. But remember, none of us are free until all of us are free. And that's the issue that we have right now in our country. A lot of people are not free. And this is something that in a country that claims to be free and, this is democracy, land of the home of the brave and, land of the free, all that stuff, right? So that's a lesson that I wanted to show and point out some of the hypocrisy in MAGA. Now, moving along here, here's a clip of a guy who talks about how the federal government is being weaponized. And again, I told you guys this before, how the president of the United States is weaponizing, literally weaponizing the government to go after his perceived enemies or go after people who don't bow to his knee or kiss the ring. Play the clip.
Emotional? We're being attacked by our own people, by our own federal government, by masked men without ID that are taking people away for God knows why. They're not pedophiles, they're not rapists, they're not criminals. They're taking people from schools, they're taking high school kids.
Why is this so hard for you to talk about? Sometimes this is a little tough.
Because I'm an American and I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed of what's going on.
People should not be killed for protesting, for wanting our people in our city to be taken. Like, this is not okay, and it's violent, and it shouldn't be violent. We should be peacefully protesting, but they're just taking us. I'm just angry. I'm angry, and I just want this to be over. This isn't the Minneapolis I know and love.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. I'm an American, and I'm ashamed. That's what the man said. Some of y'all might say, you read in the comments how cruel people can be. But this man literally said that he's ashamed. He's an American. He's ashamed. That's where we are right now in this country, where you can see what's happening with ICE. You can see what Trump, Stephen Miller, and all the cronies in his administration, what they're doing. And how they're getting a joy out of this. This is like a sport. It's like a game for these people. These people are literally watching the replays of these videos and watching the protests and literally probably, just getting a good old kick out of it. They think this is cool. They think this is all right. But it's not. And again, none of us are free until all of us are free. I'm going to repeat that again. None of us are free until all of us are free. So that's my message for today. Hit the like button, hit the share and subscribe, and leave a comment down below, and we'll see you guys in the next video.